Jai Sri Ram. I'm Raghavendra here. Today we are going to discuss about some of the blunders done by Indian National Congress to this great nation. Let me start with India's independence movement, the freedom struggle. The country, when was aspiring for freedom from the clutches of imperialistic Britishers' rule, the party which was completely within the hungry of power, they could not able to withhold on their food and they did not able to stand on the ideologies and the commitments and beliefs what they have given to the country. They simply accepted the two-nation theory which was proposed by the anti-India alliance, which was there, to create separate nation in terms of a specific religion, and they wanted to, cut the country into two parts. One is towards Pakistan nowadays, and another Bangladesh during the 1947. After 1947's creation of Pakistan, again the one more issue which was raised is Jammu and Kashmir's issue. The first Prime Minister of this country, Mr. Nehru, was thrown this J&K issue in the arena of United Nations to solve the issue. It is completely a brainless act how United Nations can solve India's problem. When country is having such a mighty army and such a mighty strong force to protect the lands and borders and this great nation, Mr. Nehru is helpless and could not able to think over what he is supposed to do, and he justly simply thrown J&K issue at the hands of United Nations. When our enemy country Pakistan was claiming about the full authority over the Kashmir, that's the reason till date the issue which is in a nutshell, it is still burning. The Pak occupied Kashmir is also part of India. Still we are struggling to to administer that complete area of the lost land. This is the blunder done by Mr. Nehru. And the third one is the emergency. The daughter of first Prime Minister Mrs. Indira has made a blunder by bringing and completely destroying, bulldozing the constitution of this great country. Congress has never believed in the constitutional process of this great nation. They never accepted the people's mandate. Congress is highly dangerous when it is not in power, as rightly said by Mr. Narendra Modi ji, because Congress is never believed in the democratic process. They are much more dangerous when they are not in power. That is what rightly quoted. And they closed the entire economy for more than 45 years. How come they can do it? See, since from the last, from the independence, 1947 to 1991, they closed the economy. They never exposed the country towards the scientific advantages and the industrial revolutions is concerned. The exports and imports, foreign direct investment, completely nothing. They closed it, they locked, and they went away. They are the chieftain. They treated it as their property, and they wanted to rule as their whims and fancies. They never listened to the people's voices. That's the reason they paid heavy prices for taking the revenge at the hands of people. And the fifth point is 1984's Sikh riot during Indira's term only, which is completely a condemnable act. How can she use the military of this great nation in order to curb one face sect and curbing their voice and suppressing them to the court without raising the voice, which is highly condemnable. And fifth one is anti-Modi and RSS remark. I'm really surprised. Anti-Modi, Modi ji has been worked as a 3-term chief minister for the state like Gujarat. He doesn't have any family background like the leader like Rahul Gandhi, the great leader portrayed by Congress. I don't think he is nowhere stands near our Honorable Prime Minister Mr. Narendra Modi. Rahul Gandhi has been provided and he has been pushed to become an leader. He doesn't have any love towards the nation. He doesn't know anything about this great country. They doesn't believe in their constitutional and democratic process of this great nation. In the coming points, I would like to explore and expose these families conquer and the brutalities and how they killing the country to the core by utilizing and other sides of their family and with the fake names. Manmohan Singh government, UPA first and UPA second. The UPA second is just like a shameless government. They were completely bulldozed. They were completely exposed to the hands of controller and auditor general. They exposed these three scams like Colgate, Commonwealth Games, and as well as 2G Spectrum cases. How come they can loot this country to the fullest extent? More than 1,75,000 crores of money was being completely taken out of government's account, and they misused the funds. Till today they are paying the price for the same. And the next point is saffron terror, the term coined by Congress. How can you just simply say saffron terrorism? Have you opened your eyes and see what exactly happening in the outer world? Who is responsible for the terrorism? Who is blindly following the faith, and they were converting into violence and driving the human race towards a dangerous zone? I request all Congress people to just open your eyes and see the terrorism which is started in Jammu and Kashmir since from the 90s, when these terror groups have started just giving warnings to our local pandits to leave and vacate their houses and their properties, and if they wanted to save their life. That is where it started. See, let's we talk about in the next episode about the other side of what terrorism is done to the India. It has started in from 26/11, which is attacked in the World Trade Center. 9/11. These are cases which are testimony for terrorist activities. India is a land of spirituality. We have more than 5,000 years of great historical presence. We are a witness of great Indus Valley civilization, which has been exposed, and a great invention in the last century. We passed it on by the Britishers is concerned. They declared it, and it is declared it is a great invention in the century. And next point is about the dynasty politics. Congress always revolves around one family called the Gandhi family. Mr. Nehru's family, it is completely a Nehru family. It is not a Gandhi family. These are the fake Gandhis. They changed their name from some other name to other name. They should accept it. And they have to come clean in front of the people of this great nation, and they say, we are not Gandhi family, we are Nehru family. These people are the Nehru lineage, and they have to accept the truth, and they have to say to the entire country that we are the family members of Nehru, not from the Gandhi family. That is where they are, misleading the country. And the other part is that they simply accepted other, a defeat at the hands of during the British time also. There was, some unscientific line called Durand line. They accepted it, and they led easily by losing the land of this great nation. By carving out the two nations called as Pakistan and Bangladesh. Nowadays they are the deadliest enemies for our country. Congress never be a patriot, never be a nationalist, never be a safeguarding the Indian citizens. They are always busy in doing vote bank politics in the names of minorities, in the names of Dalits. They never given justice to the Dalits till date. until the recent rejig of the cabinet expansion was done by Mr. Modi. It is an example to all Dalits and backward classes of this great nation. They have to accept what BJP is made of, what their ideology is, why they strive to give the justice and equality to this great nation. Egalitarian which doesn't comes with the easy way. Egalitarian comes with the justice. It should be served to all. It should not be a lip service. It is implemented. That is what Modi Sahib is doing to this great nation. Hinduism is always a tolerant, which is a rich in culture, number one religion I can say in the whole world, which can believe in the brotherhoodness and believe in the love and peace, prosperity of all the religions. India is a land of all religions. You can name it as a Buddhism, Jainism, Sikhism, all took birth here and they are grown up with Hinduism. Hinduism is always a kind of a land which can be helpful to make the seed to germinate, which is what happened earlier days until date. We are all secular. We are believe in this constitution, which was written by great Nobel person of this great nation, patriot Dr. Baba Saheb Ambedkar, who is chief architect of this great nation. I remember him, I remember his name, I remember his work. He did it for this great nation after suffering lot of miseries and problems and challenges he faced in his walk of life, and after he finally coming and giving a beautiful constitution, this great world and great India, making the world's largest democracy. Still we take the pride in telling that we are Indians. We uphold our spirit in the name of patriot. I really say few words to Congress as a like a kind of an advice to them. Please do politics. If you wanted to do it in the name of nationalism, don't deviate the subjects whatever which are in place. I really condemn what they have been done to recent cabinet expansion. When Honorable Prime Minister Mr. Modi wants to introduce the newly nominated ministries, they wanted to introduce it to both the houses of the parliament. When Congress is created a ruckus, this attitude and this culture of Congress is not at all acceptable. This is a highly educated society in India, all working professionals, hard-working professionals and entrepreneurs. It's a land of spirituality. There is a culture in this nation. Please follow that and don't yield for anything, and please be in the unity what the majority of the country is aspiring for. Thank you.